Hello everyone and welcome back to Revit Bits with Brian. In this video, we're going to do some more advanced work with the duct banks. We're going to make them go vertical. This video is going to take a little longer and you're going to have to kind of hold on a little tighter because there's a few more concepts we're going to have to go through in here. Now, with the basic duct bank, it's placed in a 2D plane, and that's reference to the level that the duct bank was inserted on. The duct bank is work plane based, which means it can also be hosted to a work plane. And that is how we're going to make a vertical duct bank, because you can't rotate a duct bank in the vertical domain. So I'm going to go ahead and take this duct bank and I'm just going to copy it off to the side, and well, let's shorten it up because I just don't need one that long. Now let's say I need a vertical duct bank right at the end of this duct bank here, say coming up under a building or a transformer pad. Under architecture, I need to build a reference plane. So I'm going to make a reference plane right here, and we're going to call this vertical, just to give it a name. Now, what I need to do is take this and I want to place it on that work plane because that is in the Z direction. Now, in order to do that, I have to have a view that's looking at this. Simplest way to do that is just scribe a temporary section in there. Make sure that that section view looks deep enough into your work plane to see the whole work plane, and then we'll be able to complete this. Select the duct bank that you want to change planes, and now we're going to pick new. And I want to pick a work plane. And I'm going to say placement plane, let's pick it. I'm going to grab it out of here. The named plane is a reference plane vertical. Now it's going to say, hold on, I need a view that's looking at that. Well, here we go. Section 1 is looking at that. And now I'm in the section placing this on the work plane. I'll go ahead and place that here. The nice thing about working in this section view now is that all of my alignment tools still work. I can take the center of this duct bank, make sure it's centered. I can take the top of that duct bank and make sure that this duct bank meets the top of that. Now, it's always a good idea to have two working views of anything you're working on when you start going vertical with duct banks. So let me add another section view that's going to allow me to go see this thing from the side. And we can see that I've got some misalignment here. So in order to fix this, I'll use my alignment tools again, and we'll get these duct banks lined up properly. Notice that there's a gap between this duct bank and the work plane we made. Well, why do you think that is? If we check the properties, it's because the bury depth is set at 2 feet. If I set the bury depth at 0, it's going to be bang on that work plane now. And while I can move it off of the work plane if I want to, this is a good starting point. Anything else that I need to put in the vertical domain can be referenced to this plane now. For most jobs where I need vertical duct banks, I'll simply make an east-west vertical plane and a north-south vertical plane, and I'll reference to one or the other. When we take a look at this in 3D now, we can see that we've got a vertical duct bank that can come up underneath an object. It can be manipulated, row, column, spacing, largest conduit, just like anything else. But we also have the advantage of being able to use our grips, our alignment tools, to be able to change the height and change the alignment of this. So that is how we put all of this in the world of 3 dimensions.